StopKillingGames.com intellectual, we've got a train to catch out of the facility as opposed to us trying to catch the train in when we're trying to get inside here to fix up the core so that we can prevent it from destruction. I complained about that at the end of the previous episode, saying how that really takes away from the player's agency, where he finds the way in, as he already did once, and instead the development team decided to go with the meme solution by dog throwing us in. Alright, they're not deterred by the fact that there is an impenetrable wall between us and them. Well, they have been deterred now. They gave up. Oh. Yep. Fix it, fix it! Bitch! Don't shoot it, just hack it. There we go. Right. Fortunately, technically the game isn't long, and so the moment from where we learned about hacking the mines for the first time against the stalkers, and now isn't long, so that we can the player would definitely remember about it, I think. And I remember about it, even though I'm doing a let's play and it takes a long while for me to get back into the game and release episodes. Those roller mines are doing pretty well now. Alex, there we go. Good thing they're wearing only some sort of body armor that actually does not really stop pistol rounds. Well, I can't help, because I only have a gravity gun. I can't even catch bullets, it's not Titanfall. Fine. Yeah, finally. Which one is ours? This one? That's parked already? Well, that door is so different than the rest of the train. It looks like... oh shit. Fireworks. It looks so different. Just like in cartoons, where they drew the cartoon, the background, and very detailed and soft strokes. But then the one thing that they're gonna have to animate it had to be simplified, because they're gonna be drawing that multiple times. So to speed up this, there's gonna be an obvious one thing that's not like the others.
Usually, the second step of our training arcs involve a threatening training area. This is the second step in the roller mine training, and true to form, there's the threat. The indestructible roller mines endlessly attack the player in a gated space. The only way to defeat them is to have Alex convert them, which means there's no way the player can miss the point of the training. Players also like to see the AI characters fight each other, so after reminding the player about Alex's roller mine hacking talent, we let you sick them on a pack of Combine soldiers.
Oh yeah, I love the part where I could watch a single Combine soldier running in circles around a console, or a desk, however you want to look at it, and trying to avoid two roller mines, and not even shooting at them back, because that's a futile attempt, and the roller mines as well, being two of them, not being able to defeat that guy for a long while. Also, one guy got through anyway, and was about to start shooting at me, but decided, hey, this guy with this, whatever this is not as big of a threat as a woman with a gun. Obviously women are not threats, but guns are, so there's that. Convert them, so the mines drop out, get thrown out of this one, apparently. Where? Somewhere. Maybe they were tossed out of like this. Maybe this is like a dispenser. Thrown out, and the stress is not that the Combine is coming. The stress is that the roller mines are actually attacking us, which is pretty much the same as in the first time when we the same as the first time when we had to bring at least one of them back to Alex for her to hack it. Only they were actively attacking us, and we had to provide it to her immediately, because we couldn't throw them overboard and let them fall into their doom with that. Alright. So also, you might have noticed that in Half-Life, especially previous game, there were no children, but also no dogs. And since Combine likes to augment their conquered species with technology, I come to the conclusion that these roller mines are dogs. They're just crammed in there, and they just run about trying to chase after something and not knowing what to do with them once they actually do chase them down. Alternatively, the roller mines might not be packed full of an entire dog, but instead just that venereal dog cancer dog, where, as I've mentioned once before somewhere, a dog once had a cancer, and it was a dick cancer, so it infected other dogs with it, and the cancer took life on its own, so it's now infecting other dogs, and it's a different, completely different species. It's a dog cancer. It's immortal, basically. Yeah, it's a dick cancer. So other solution is that the mines are full of dick cancer, dog dick cancer specifically, and there's orange there, so there might be a problem there. All right, we're catching the train to also catch the. Oh, there's a bit of that to get out as opposed to getting. Oh no, soldiers! And they're shooting at me right now. Close the door! Close the door! Why aren't you closing the door? There we go. Now. Uh huh.
What's in this copy we made, but they're not thrilled about us having it. You know, all things considered, we're not oh no.
Close getaway. I was shot only slightly.
God damn the Combine. This is what happens to you if you resist. Or if you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. God, I hope you don't remember who you were. All right. Let's see where this train is headed.
Yeah, I bet that console will tell you everything. Right, we're gonna have to go over the bubbles, so let's go back in time and hit it.
In much the same way that movie effects often utilize different versions of the same model, there are actually 3 trains that make up the stalker scene. The first one is the moving train you see arrive at the platform. The one you're in right now is a static interior with lights moving outside of it to give the illusion of motion. The third train is the crash version. It's a tilted, banged up, and totally separate area from the moving version. The transition from moving to crashed is disguised by a brief fade to black.
Yeah, old tricks of the mind.
Alex's reaction to the stalkers went through a number of iterations. In very early versions, Alex was frightened by the stalkers. That didn't work because it didn't fit with Alex's earlier reactions to stalkers in the Citadel. We changed it so that she expressed anger at the stalker's predicament. Early versions of this new direction failed because Alex's transition from generally upbeat to blind rage was simply too abrupt. Ultimately, through rewrites and rigorous testing, we found the right tone for the scene, a simmering anger level that was more in tune with the situation.
It's a stalker card for all seven of them, and this one seems special because it's got extra bracing. Oh no, she's going down. I don't know. We're just in a card, and it's a narrow one too.
Oh my God.
If only we had a window to look out of. Maybe we could tell what's going on.
Brace yourself.
Oh, sure. Gladly. I took damage from that. You take damage from that. If you had 1 hit points because of the soldiers hitting you, shooting at you, you'd have been dead. And I don't know how they would have fixed that. Oh, look what's going on. It's just like in my Japanese hentai. And why are you yelling? Also, his eyes are now glowing. I don't think any other stalker, like stalkers before this situation, did not have their eyes glowing, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Previously, also, she was, first off, concerned about stalkers blocking our entry to the deeper parts of the Citadel. Where's my... There's this. So, this one's fucked up. Also, quiet. That doesn't really change anything. This guy's knees bend the wrong way now. On top of being a stalker, that can't be a good situation to be in. This one's out seemingly as well. And now we've got the sexual assault. Yes. Punting it doesn't help. But, you know, women suffering? Yeah, that's what I'm all about, so... Let's give her time to understand the situation she is in so she can appreciate every other time that she's not in that predicament by spending time listening to this note.
We wanted the crash train car to be very disorienting. In early tests, though, players felt that it was too confusing and too hard to navigate. That feedback prompted us to tone it down a bit. By rearranging some of the geometry, we were able to create a banged-up, tilted environment that still offered a relatively unobstructed path to Alex.
Very well. Right, so of course, again, like I talked about in the beginning of the game, I don't know if I have to pull on it or pull on it and then move it, because that's not really clear. Other than that, yeah, there's some stalker, more like creeper action going on, where he's desperately yelling about something. Now he's yelling for some reason. And yelling in her face. Is he trying to bite her to death because he's upset about his predicament again? I wouldn't be happy in this situation either, but he seems extra mad about this, and he's extra mad about being this close to her. There are other stalkers here yelling about nothing in particular as well, but if you would actually help her, now he's got a reason to yell about it, because he's been ripped, pulled away from a woman, and you know, in existence like this, you take every chance you get, huh? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Right, we're not giving you an out yet, Alex. You spend your time over there, because not only have the stalkers, or did the stalkers have an opportunity, this one in particular, to become a creeper and sexually assault you here, seemingly. Well, as long as you don't like it, it's sexual assault, as we all know. There's also another person in the public sphere who's like a face or a main guy of a music band, and he's a Christian, and he was found out and charged with sexual assault and abusing his power and position to creep on other men. So, as usual, we've got the hard evidence where Christians are not only not any more moral, but also being gays and guilty of the things they accuse others of being, which is being hypocrites. And trying to abuse power to get what they want. Right, we can leave now. I said my piece. The sound is late. And we have a woman moment. Now, you can't do anything about it. She'll just stand here all this time until you pass under here and trigger a loading zone, actually. No use key will change anything. There's not gonna be any reaction. You can't punt her with the gravity gun. You can't take away her guns, just in case, because, you know, she's now in this state of mind. That's not a place to be in with a gun. But there's only one solution. Progression, for some reason. But before we do... they talked about in the previous episode how the room with the reactor or generator, whatever, reactor is way brighter, and I said that's because it's brighter and so the light bounces more. No, actually, they do kind of paint the metal whiter shade of grey there in the reactor room. As you can tell, because we're entering through the gates from the reactor room to the train station, and it's just different color. It's not more brighter or less bright in the other area. Also, they've got a convenient train station through which the people tasked with working on the reactor can enter, drive a train over, exit, and be at work already in the building. That's interesting. Now check this out too. And there it is, a commentary note. And she's better now. She was looking for that spot. I was talking about that in the first episode.
Okay. Well, this might not be as easy as I thought. We're in the same boat as the other evacuees now. On foot to a train station. Let's head for the surface.
Yeah, as easily as we could have gotten onto a train and gotten here, right up to the gates again, to the station to get to work on the core right away. And now we have to, we are in the difficult situation of leaving this place, because you know we seemingly made it stop collapsing, gravitationally or otherwise, whatever's happening to the citadel. But now we have to still get ourselves saved. What's up with this comment though?
This is another multi-purpose scene. First, Alex is visibly shaken, which once again humanizes her. But she also states the player's goal for the second half of the game. Climb to the surface and get to the train station.
And so we shall do. Also, you will notice here again, this seems more like human architecture, which seems like this. We've gotten far enough to get to an actual train station, seemingly, where the remains of the architecture are still here, and the rest is combined addition, retrofitting, you could say. Now, what's most important is that very recently, Iran was attacked by Israel, and Israel decided to do a preemptive strike against Iran because Iran was researching nuclear weapons. And as we all know, Israel just wants everything because God told them that they deserve it. So they attacked Palestine, and they attacked Iran. Iran was in negotiations with United States of America about not doing nuclear research anymore because, you know, everyone's scared about having a nuclear power, another nuclear power somewhere. So they want to keep their nuclear power as the only one that's relevant and important. Iran was not budging, and I wouldn't have budged either. But now Iran, yes. Funny that, because turrets usually have infinite ammo for their gameplay purposes. However, these specifically run out. Meanwhile, Alex will never run out for ammo for her pistol, making her a turret. Women, am I right? So Iran was in the negotiations to stop the nuclear research because they were also under sanctions, economical sanctions. So they thought they would get them this way, and they did not budge. So instead of finishing the negotiations that Iran had with the United States of America, Israel decided to start another war by bombing the research centers and military places of Iran, and also killed head scientists for the projects. And also the negotiator that negotiated the terms with the America to stop the program. So, man, everyone's like, oh no, war is a terrible thing, we can't do war, don't do war, it's awful, something or another, that's very bad, don't do that. We wouldn't want to do that now, would we? But it seems like there's a lot of people who just will do war and no one will stop them. It's sort of like the joke where it's like fucking a prostitute, right? Everyone fucks a prostitute in a condom because she's a prostitute. However, if everyone fucks a prostitute in a condom, that means that she's actually healthy because no one fucks her raw. Which means that you'd be able to fuck the prostitute raw. And so is the situation with war, right? No one wants the nuclear war, so everyone thinks that no one will do the war, but now everyone does the war, or at least especially Israel. And they should not be throwing stones in glass houses. Alex? Fix the issue. We do again get hoppers, however, I talked about it in the previous game. We are going in, we're not setting traps. We're going in, we're the ones breaching and being exposed to traps laid ahead of us. No one's going for us, and we're not backing down either because we have to progress forwards to escape the fucking explosion. So there's that. I think if there was ever a doubt whether Israel is the bad guys, actually, I think this is the solution because they were negotiating. Iran was negotiating already, and they have some protections. They didn't attack anyone. Who wouldn't want to have their own nukes to protect themselves from everyone else who already has nukes? Everyone does, right? So they were doing the right thing, and instead, Israel, they all started with I over there in the Middle East, especially Palestine, right? Israel was not asked to do anything of this, and to hammer the point home.
I'm blind as a bat without that flashlight on.
Right. You see a thing. Well, I've got a hopper in my face that I'm not going to utilize. Well, I should. I could bring one over because there's going to be more events. Right. So what's going on? We've got the blue light. of the keyboard that gives off light, and also the commentary note that we can see from all the way over there. And so we walk in closer. I'm here. Oh, she went. She really stayed behind. But now we can see. Oh, look.
Need to get through that door.
Yeah, right. I know, right? So, is there a reason you're looking over there? Because I was looking over there because there was a source of light. As we all know, sources of light guide players. So we know that there's something over there to look at. And oh, look at that! There's a vent. Who'd have thought? Yeah, say the words.
Damn, it's got a powered lock.
Right.
Get this open.
So why does the keyboard glow?
Power box. Hey, an air duct.
Right, yeah,
Stories about you and air ducts. Dr. Kleiner says whenever he locked himself out of his office, you and Barney used to compete to see who could get in fastest without using a key.
They did say that I was winning, right? Right? Answer me! This is an interrogation now. Was I the cool guy? Kleiner, yeah, so we had some fun in Black Mesa apparently. Right, crawling through the vents, of course we do. Hopefully there will be no head crabs. Now, this looks like a drop that would kill us, so we're not gonna get ourselves killed. Oh yeah, and to drive the point home that Israel was not asked to do anything about it, and they did that maliciously to protect their own interest. They killed the negotiator. They killed the negotiator. Yeah, so right now, there we go. Now he's gonna illuminate the area a little bit. Hopefully he will die before the fire runs out. I picked up something, but nothing showed up on my HUD before the fire runs out, so he provides a little bit more light. Well, there goes more light. So, we've got help, but we're full on that actually. So let's put that down here. And what's up with here?
Before we armed players with traditional weapons, we wanted to give them a chance to appreciate Alex's combat abilities. Toward that goal, we created a very specific combat style for the early parts of the journey outside the Citadel. Dark, tense, surrounded by zombies, and either weaponless or starved for ammo, so that players needed to rely on the gravity gun, and more importantly, Alex. This is where players finally get a weapon. Since the door only opens when the padlock is shot, players can't proceed without finding the pistol. It's effectively a weapon gate. Once players are through the door, we can be sure they've got a pistol.
Alright then. How do you like the models of the guns? Because it's too good to be true, too good to be real. Those are mods. But we're gonna get them, and it's kind of interesting that the note is talking about pistol specifically, but you do get a whole ass shotgun right away, and you can use it to blast the keypad here. Well, keypad? Yeah, padlock, more like. Padlock here. Let's illuminate the area. Can I light them on fire? No, not anymore. And since the pistol is smaller, actually... Ah, fuck. Since the pistol is smaller, it is possible to not get the pistol, but instead get the shotgun only. We have to do that because we don't have the crowbar either. Now, before we trigger shit...
Originally, the player couldn't operate the power boxes, and would have to wait for
Hello.
Alex to do it. We thought it'd be entertaining to watch Alex do some cool thing while you protected her. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. Playtesters were more annoyed than entertained. The other problem was that having Alex committed to a particular activity while action was still going on in the world tended to quickly expose her most robotic tendencies. She'd either ignore what was going on, or completely stop whatever activity the player was waiting for her to finish. Either way, it was unconvincing and frustrating. What we learned here was that whenever Alex commits to some action in a dynamic environment, she needs to finish it quickly and move on.
Yeah, finish quickly and move on. Tell that to your girlfriend next time you've got a meeting to attend, like a party, and she has to get ready for 2 hours. Right. Also, a thing here is there are notes talking about what didn't make the cut and the things that you can actually see. And Obviously, well, there's a thing that they thought about and thought that might serve a purpose here. But what I'm trying to say is that there are nodes that will talk about things that don't happen, and it's hard to show the thing that doesn't happen when they decided to not have that happen. Obviously, stupid, but yeah, you can see the vista and you can see the red lights, but you can't see her doing the cool animations that they didn't give her.
Hey, and you found a gun.
Uh-huh. 2 of them actually, look. Mine's bigger than yours. And also looks better now. Look at this. Look at it in the full light. Also, remember, no light ray tracing. And it looks this good already. Look at it. Yeah. Guns. Mods. Imagine what modern technology can do with all the polygons and pixels. Talking about polygons and pixels, next time I'm gonna tell you all about Dragon Age the Veil Guard, because I've heard more about it. Not that I played it, but I've heard more about it. And now I know, well, obviously there's more to the game than pronouns and how horribly and disgustingly inclusive it is to call it type 1 or type 2 as opposed to man or a woman, and being able to make an absolute abomination and also choose a pronoun for the character. But there is a game behind it, and there are complaints, and one of the biggest ones was omitting all the player choices, considering that this is an RPG where you transfer saves between one game to another. It's a big issue, and I want to talk about it. So, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we will see each other in something I play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video on my channel, preferably by watching and sharing it with your friends. Check out the RGB rave around the like and subscribe button, and if you don't like the content, it's entirely your fault. Now, I know there is one. I expected one to be there. If not, well, we'll just push on ahead a little bit. Or at least stay in the light.